Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kristen with Monarch Plans, and today I'm doing a special video on the holiday planner, holiday notebook from Plum paper. I am going to be walking through this and showing you what is on the inside and giving you some details on how to even order this thing. I don't think a lot of people know that this even exists on the Plum paper website, so just wanted to show you guys and let you know that this is definitely a great option for organizing and planning out your holiday festivities, whatever that may be, parties, get-togethers with family, gifts, all of that. So let's just get started going through, and if you are interested in kind of looking at what the options are, instead of kind of listening to this video, I will leave a link in the description box below to the website to where you can order this. So let's just get started. This notebook is an A5 size. It only comes in the A5 size. And so on their website, they have a notebook section and like a customized notebook section. You can go in there, and if you look in A5, they'll have a list of all different types of planners and notebooks. I mean, especially notebooks if it's in the notebook section, in their lifestyle category. And if you look through there, there's a bunch of different ones, but this one is called the Holiday Notebook. And it doesn't come in the 7x9 size that I've seen at this point, so you really want to make sure you're just looking at the A5 size. It is on just this small coil, so you can get that. This is kind of the standard, but you're also able to choose to get it unpunched if you just want the papers themselves, the insides themselves, or you can also get it so it can be on discs. So that is an option as you're going through the customization process. If we take a look here at the cover, you are able to customize the cover. So I chose this fun winter holiday themed one. You can put, whatever you want in the center text. You can also customize all of the different pretty much details of the cover in terms of the frame, the colors, the font, everything like that. I just put holiday planner, but it would be fun if you wanted to put in like your family's last name or, Christmas 2021, whatever you want to do, you can do that. So I just chose this cover, and they have a ton of really, really cute holiday covers on their website right now. So even if you're not getting this planner, I highly recommend going and even just looking if you have like a different planner or notebook from Plum paper. So let's just get into the notebook. So we just start out with just this basic page, just a title page with your journal belongs to. You have a fun table of contents here, and so there are multiple sections. There's 6 sections here of this notebook. So there's gift planning, decor planning, menu planning, party planning, travel planning, and reflection. And so it really just covers pretty much everything you could think of for the holiday season. So let's get in first to the gift planning section. So there's this fun page that says my holiday wish list. It has just a couple lines here for things that you can jot down. Maybe it's just something where you keep this handy, and whenever you have an idea of things that you might want or need for the holidays, you can put it here, whatever. But if we get into this main section, you can see, and let me just try to zoom in a little bit. I feel like it's kind of hard to see from far away. So you start with a budgeting and expenses page. So you have your holiday budget, your gifting budget, and your fixed holiday expenses, whatever those may be. However you need to make this page work, it is there just to keep track of your gifting budget. On this side, you have your gifting expenses, so you're able to put in all of the gifts you buy, or whatever details you want to keep track of on this side. You have another huge spread, like a double page spread of your gifting expenses. And then you get into your gift ideas and ways to just brainstorm different gifts for different people. So popular gifts and supplies, must-haves, new and popular. So maybe if you're looking through like the ads and stuff from Target or something like that, and you see that there's things that look like they're going to be really popular, you can put them in here. A surprise section, so a gift that they'll never expect. That's kind of fun. And then over here you have homemade gifts, which is definitely really interesting and fun that they kind of split it out between maybe gifts that are purchased over here versus gifts that you make. So you have a space to put what the idea is or what ideas you have, the different supplies that you need and whether you already have them or you need to buy them. You have a section here for budget gifts and then splurge gifts. So this spread is really helpful in terms of breaking out the different categories of gifts you may need. And there's things like maybe you need to start making things way earlier. If you're planning to make things, maybe you need to get your gifts, sooner if you think that they're going to be really popular. All of that stuff is helpful to put into this spread. You have your gift list, so your recipients, what you're going to be getting them, and here, which is kind of cool, is on list or surprise. So, whether this person has already said that they wanted it or it's just a surprise for them, it's kind of cool to differentiate between those options. And that continues for the next spread. We get here to gift tracking. So once you start buying things, you can put everything on here and then keep track of what's been bought, wrapped, and sent. So that's really nice. I appreciate that they have the send column because you definitely don't get to see everybody, whether it's like extended family or anything like that. Sometimes you just have to send off their gifts or you get it shipped to them directly from the company, whatever that looks like. So I really appreciate that they have the send column because that can be a big deal with Christmas gifts. One last page of the gift tracking over here, and then we have notes and like to-do list items on this side. There's a section here for thoughts and wishes, which is kind of nice. So maybe it's just you wanted to write some things down, have some extra notes pages, that sort of thing. This is a good spot for that. And then we get into decor planning, which personally I love decorating for the holidays. So this is kind of a fun little section. This says my favorite part of decorating, and you can write that down and kind of get your thoughts out on that. Here you have another budgeting page for your decor. So your holiday decor budget, your fixed holiday expenses here, just some extra notes section space, and your budgeting and expenses, like expense tracker here. What I also didn't point out on the last section's budgeting and expenses section was this post-holiday season review. I think that that's really great because I'm sure a lot of us will go into the holidays and you just get so excited and carried away that you end up spending probably more than you budgeted. And, as much as we don't want to do it, I feel like a lot of people do. So it's kind of nice to be able to go through and see maybe how over budget we might have gone, unfortunately. So budgeting and expenses page, like I mentioned, and then we have decor planning on this page. So kind of an overview of what you want things to look like. So holiday, you can put in the holiday, which is kind of nice. So this isn't specific to Christmas, which is a big deal. So you can put in the holiday that you are celebrating, the look that I want, sources of inspiration, decor to buy and what it costs, and then anything that you need to make, which is also really cool. So maybe if you wanted to look for different crafts, maybe for you and your kids to do, that would be a good thing to put down here. All of that, this is an awesome place to kind of brainstorm. There's a note section, which is pretty handy in case there's anything that comes up while you're writing things down. And then on this side, you have all of the different areas of the house or even the outside that you might want to decorate. So front yard, kind of the outside area, entryway, kitchen and dining, living room, bonus room, bedroom, backyard. And then you have these 2 extra spaces for any additional areas that you might want to decorate. So that's really nice. I really appreciate how flexible that is, that they kind of leave a couple sections blank. Again, you have the same thing going for a second spread. So just in case maybe you start early and this is maybe for fall, your fall decorations. And so you'll have this stuff up through Thanksgiving, and then maybe this is for Christmas or, whatever other holidays that you are celebrating. Maybe it's even a birthday. something like that. I know that my family has a lot of December birthdays, and we try to make it special for those people because their birthday gets taken over by Christmas. So this would be fun to brainstorm kind of how do you want to decorate for any other different type of celebration that happens around the holidays. Here is a storage tracker, which I think is really cool. You have different boxes that you can number, location of where they're kept, and then what's inside of them. Really handy because I know that we have a lot of boxes of different things that are just floating around in our garage, and we have to go through every year and we like pop the lid on the box to figure out what's inside. Recently, I tried to buy new storage containers, and all of our Christmas stuff is red and all of our Halloween stuff is purple. And that's kind of how I know what's what. But this is really helpful to know kind of exactly what and where everything is for your holiday decorations. Here we have more of the notes pages, thoughts and wishes, which is nice. And then you have your menu planning section. So your favorite foods of the holiday season can go here, and your must-make recipes for the holiday season can be listed. So what I'm really appreciating about these front pages is they're just kind of like a fun little way to like get into the section. So it's just kind of almost journaling or listing things that are your absolute favorites and your almost like happiest, I don't want to say memories, but like the happiest parts of the season. So it's just kind of fun. I really like this kind of title page or section page, you know, each of them that we've seen. Again, budgeting and expenses. So your holiday menu budget, any fixed holiday expenses here, again, some notes pages, and your expense tracker for any of your menu items for your holiday get-togethers. So definitely you might want to use this, like I mentioned, for Thanksgiving if you're planning on celebrating and having this for Thanksgiving, or obviously just for later on, maybe right around, you know, the actual holiday dinner, breakfast, that sort of thing. Recipe index. So this is kind of cool. What recipe are we cooking up? So you can make a list of where and what page all the recipes you're cooking are located. Maybe it's something where you have them like in a recipe box or something. You can take them out and put them in here. Whatever that looks like, you're able to keep track of all the stuff that you are making on this page. And then over here is menu planning. So different recipes you'd like to make for each different event that you might have going on, and whether it's a snack, entree, dessert, or a drink. This kind of makes sure that you are actually providing maybe one of each if that's what you're trying to do. So you don't end up with like 15 snacks and like no drinks and no dessert, or, you know, whatever that looks like. So definitely handy if you have a lot of different like events going on. Here, holiday recipes. So this is kind of a nice little thing where you can keep track of maybe a new recipe that you come across. So you have a space for your ingredients, directions, and reviewing once you've made it. You actually have a bunch of these recipe spreads, so you don't have to be too stingy in terms of space in case you come across recipes, or if you don't want to take recipes out or have a bunch of different books open on your counter, maybe if you're cooking for some event, you can then write the recipes in here so you have them all in one place and you just have this notebook and not, you know, 4 different recipe books or different recipe cards or anything like that. So you have multiple spreads. So as you see me flipping through here, these are all recipe spreads in this book. So you can tell that you are not hurting for space for your recipe stuff. So this next section is your grocery list, and it's separated by store. So you have a list here and a list here, and separated by section within the store, which is pretty nice to help keep you organized, make sure that you have everything that you need. You have quite a few of these grocery lists to make sure that you're able to get what you want. And then again, another notes section just to jot down any notes regarding your menu planning. We have party planning here, which is kind of fun, especially now that hopefully we're able to have more get-togethers than maybe we were able to have last year. So you can get into your holiday events here, just making a list. Again, another budget, your holiday party budget, and then your expense tracker on this side. And then it's broken out into sections by party A, party B, party C, that sort of thing. So you have your party A brainstorm, different themes, holiday celebration, guests of honor, main activity, that sort of information, logistics, activities, food, and fun. And let me just show you guys really quickly what the categories are under each of those. So you can see that for the logistics, they kind of tell you what might go in each area. So activities has games, supplies, duration, age ranges, everything like that. So definitely kind of a fun way to organize things. And then over here you have your guest list, whether they've been invited or if they've RSVP'd, and then just some general party information. So that is all in one place. You have your details and kind of a timeline here, which is really interesting. Food and drinks, so recipes you'd like to make, and then just a space for notes. You have your to-do list, so 1 month before, 1 week before, and the day of the party, which is really helpful. That is definitely the type of person I am. I am always having like a timeline of things I need to do by certain points when I'm planning whatever. The most recent thing was my wedding. I had a timeline of when I needed to get things done by, so definitely helpful. And then you have your thoughts and wishes for that party specifically. And then we get into the same thing for party B, exact same thing that we just had. And then you have your party C here. And then another one, there's definitely quite a few. So if you have a lot of different events that you go to, this is a good section to use to keep track of all of that. Next, we have our travel planning, which is definitely a big one, especially as more people start to travel after, you know, just the rough year we've had with not being able to travel. So you have your upcoming trips and adventures that you can list here. And then again, it's kind of broken out by the trips that you're taking, trip A, trip B, trip C, that sort of thing. So trip A, all of the details can be on this section right here, this page. You have your destination, general info, departure info, return info, and accommodations. On this side, you have your travel prep. So if you need to do anything to prep your house, whether that's like turning off your water, setting timers for your lights, all of that stuff. This is really interesting because I've never thought to do like a home prep list before I go traveling, but it's actually a really good idea. Definitely helpful. You have your packing list, which is pretty self-explanatory. Your destination planning, so anything you want to do, eat, see, shop, anything like that when you are on your trip. You have your trip budget, which is really important. So again, same exact setup as the other ones, and then your expense tracker on this side. And then the same thing for trip B. So we'll just flip through here, trip B budget, trip C, and then you get into your thoughts and wishes for your travel plans. So the final section in the notebook is your reflection section. So your this year in 3 words, I think is a really nice way to kind of wrap things up. So you have a little spot to kind of jot down exactly how you felt about this year and a couple different words to summarize this year. You have your full year in review, so describe your favorite memory, what new things did you discover about yourself, what single achievement are you most proud of. These are all really, really great questions, and this whole entire spread is dedicated to those types of questions. In the upcoming year page here, you have just a very general kind of grouping of questions about maybe some of your goals for the upcoming year, habits, what do you want to do, see, discover, explore, what skill do you want to learn, and what do you feel is one word you'd like to focus on in the upcoming year. So it's pretty simple little section to put some plans down for the upcoming year. It's not, you know, super labor intensive or thought intensive to get all of this written down, but it is kind of fun to kind of look back and then look ahead a little bit. And then you have your notes pages here for your thoughts and wishes. And there's quite a few more of these than in the other sections, just because I think that one, you can use it to write things down. Maybe you need a little bit more space to answer some of these questions, or maybe you want to write a little bit more about the upcoming year. But I think you can also use a lot of these as notes pages as overflow from the other sections if you need to. So they definitely have a bunch of these in the back here. Let me just keep flipping here so you can see exactly how many. And then I love this last page. It says merry everything and happy always. So I just think this is very, very cute. Just a very little sweet end page here. The nice thing also is it comes with this little pocket here, and it is double-sided. So like I mentioned, if you did want to slip maybe some of your like holiday recipes or anything like that, you can put them in here and know that they're going to be in a safe space with this little pocket here, or anything else you want to put in. Maybe you get a couple fun holiday cards or something like that that you just want to keep with you. This is a great place to put everything. And then we get to the back of the planner, and I always have an issue grabbing that, but back of the planner here. The other option that is available on the website is you can add stickers to the back of this notebook if you would like to. That's one option. They have really fun holiday stickers that I really highly recommend you go check out on their website. And you can also add one of those like page protectors. And so it's just this clear protector back here. So again, like if you had any fun little things that you wanted to keep with you, whether it's like cards or tickets or little mementos from anything that you do over the holiday season. Sorry to change my memory card really quickly in my camera, but that page protector is really, really helpful if you just want to keep some fun little memories or anything. Sorry, I had to put a new SD card into my camera, of course, right in the middle of a video, but I wanted to also add that you aren't able to add anything other than the stickers and the page protector to the back of this notebook. In other notebooks, you can usually add different sections and everything, but there are just some limitations on this one, so just keep that in mind. But I think that with the stickers and everything, that's pretty much all that you would need for this notebook, since it does have a lot of like the budget and journaling reflection pages and everything like that in it. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Like I mentioned before, I will put a link to where this is located on their website because it is kind of difficult to find. It's very hidden in their notebooks, like A5 size section, but there are a lot of really great A5 size notebooks that they do have that are similar in terms of like themes and stuff like that. So definitely keep that in mind. I'm sure that they will have this available for their Black Friday sale next week. So this is definitely something you can pick up. Not quite sure how quickly it'll get to you. I would hope it would get to you before the holidays, but just keep that in mind, is if you do order it, this might be something that you can get, maybe it's for next year, and you just start kind of jotting things down, maybe that you see this year or that you did see this year in terms of like gift ideas or maybe decor, that sort of thing. So keep that in mind. Is at this point, and I know I ordered this a little bit late, I just kind of came upon it more recently, but it's something that might not be too helpful this year unless you have some things that are going on like into January. So with that being said, like I mentioned, let me really quickly show you kind of the differences between this planner and the Erin Condren planner. So I'm gonna put this over here really quickly, and this was the Erin Condren holiday planner that came in the seasonal surprise box. I think it was just the most recent one. And so you can see it's pretty thin. There's not a whole lot in this planner, but it definitely does go over some very similar stuff. And I did start using this, so keep that in mind. You're going to see some handwriting in this, but that's just because I used it for Halloween and planning for Halloween. So this one starts with your checking in page. And how this is organized is it's by months, and this is 3 months worth of planning. So it has October, November, and December. So really what I will show you is, let me show you the November pages because they're not written on because I did, like I said, use this for Halloween. So you see it has a monthly spread, which is definitely helpful. It might be, you know, something I would recommend for them if they're looking to ever update this planner for Plum paper, is to put a little monthly spread in here. This starts with a monthly spread, like I mentioned, and you have your priorities, ways I can take care of myself this month, ways I can ask for help. You have a to-do list here for the month. Traditions, which is really great. I really enjoy this spread. I think this is really fun. Family traditions you already have, and then new traditions you want to create. So that's kind of fun. You have kind of this blank space and then lines and bullets down at the bottom. You have a section for decor, which is really similar to the Plum paper one. Let me just close this and get it out of the way really quickly. I feel like I'm kind of in the way. And then you have your list of different areas to decorate. So outside, table decor, and then different rooms that you can fill out, as well as figuring out its existing decor and new decor. So this is really similar to Plum Paper's decor section. Holiday gathering meal plans. You can see here it has all the different meals and the different courses that you might provide for, you know, the meal that you serve. Your shopping list and your prep and cooking schedule. Another meal plan here. And then looking back. So just kind of memory keeping for the past month for whatever holiday you were planning for. Then you get into your next month and it is the exact same. And then at the back of this planner, you have a budget tracker, which you saw that a bunch of times in the Plum paper version. And that goes on for a couple different spreads. You have your holiday card planner, which I think is also a really great idea that isn't in this here. So I'm sure you can kind of revamp some of the pages in here if you need to keep track of this stuff. But this is definitely helpful, and a list of who you want to send your holiday cards to. That goes on for a little bit. I definitely don't have this many people to send holiday cards to, so I would not use all those. You have your holiday gift list. This is definitely a lot more simple than the one in Plum paper. Holiday gift planner, so you can break it out by individual person, versus on this page it might just be more general for, you know, like things just generally you want to pick up for your family or your friends. This goes on for a little bit here. And then you get into your group gift tracker in case you are buying for a larger group of people, your shopping list, all of that stuff there. Gift wrapping ideas is kind of fun, and that you have a couple of those. And then gift wish list. So this might be something that you fill out and then you're able to take a picture of it or something and send it to your family members so they know what you might be wanting. A gift price tracker. So this is a really helpful one if you're trying to price, you know, any gifts and look out for any sales that are coming up. Gifts to order, which, like I mentioned, is definitely a big one, especially when you're not able to be with your family physically on Christmas or during the holidays. Gifts to mail, gifts to wrap, gifts to deliver. I think it gets pretty repetitive, because what I kind of like about the Plum paper version is that you can have like this list, and I feel like you would almost be moving the same thing over. So you like order it, and then the gift gets like listed here, and then you have to rewrite it here, and then you have to rewrite it, you know, over here, all of that kind of stuff. So I kind of like how Plum paper had like the gift and then different boxes for like ordered, wrapped, delivered, whatever they said in there. But that's kind of how I would appreciate it instead of having to like rewrite things multiple times. You have your baking tracker, which is kind of fun in case you wanted to keep track of like any different treats you create during the holidays. And then you have one spread of notes pages, and that is it. So you do have this little pocket in the back similar to Plum paper, but it is just part of the back page of the petite planner. So you definitely see the differences. They're both a very similar size, all that kind of stuff, very similar in that sense, but one's on the coil, one's book bound. So that's the other thing. You might have a preference, one or the other. So that is it for the holiday planner. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Or if you've even used this before, let me know. The other thing is, if there are any other companies that have something similar, I think what I've heard of is Lights Planner Action has her own holiday type planner, so I might grab one of those and walk through it next year. But let me know in the comments below, and I'd be happy to grab it and review it if anybody is interested, because this is definitely something that I never really thought of doing, is having a specific holiday planner, but I can see why it'd be really helpful, especially if you have a lot of family members that you're looking to do stuff for. So that is it for this little walkthrough. If I didn't mention it before, and I might not have, this planner is $22 on their website. So $22, that gets you all of the different things in here. If you wanted to add stickers or the page protector, it would be a little bit more expensive. So keep that in mind. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer. But again, hope you enjoyed and I will talk to you later. Bye.